welcome back to In the House Podcast. I know we've been away for a while, but you know who the fuck I am? I'm the other day. And of course, I got the guys.
He is the other day, and I am Luisito, el nene bueno. And we got the boys in the gag. The guys in the back.
We got the lads.
Hey, yo. Sir.
Mike on the mic. I'm leaning back because I overate this morning and I got a tummy ache.
I got Dusty Boy.
And our new EP, Alexito.
What's up? Y'all know who I am.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah. There we go.
Do we know who you are?
Do we know who you
Are
are?
we doing a parody of something? Do we know?
Man, no. We're not. No.
You feel guilt? Is that what it is?
Do you? Because you're the one that brought it up.
No.
A little bit of shade.
Yeah.
Shade.
Wow.
A little bit of shade and all this.
It got a little darker here.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of shade.
That's
and all
racist.
the sunlight that we're projecting.
You know, it's all in good love.
So what's up, guys? Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, roomies. I know we've been away for a couple of months, but
Merry
we got
Christmas.
our act together. Everything's rolling the way it should be, and you know.
I hope you had like a good time with your family, friends, and others.
Yup, we wish you many holidays and many blessings.
Unlike many people. So.
Yep.
Like United Healthcare CEOs and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah. We're gonna jump into that.
Well, it's not too soon,
It's
right?
not too
It's
soon.
never
Not
too soon
for
It's
that.
been
Never
a
too
month
soon.
already. Come on.
It's been hours.
Yeah.
But you know, we're gonna jump.
Invested already.
I guess we're gonna just jump right into it. The season of Earth 2024 has came to a wrap.
Jesus, bro.
Season 2025 started with
He's
a
still
bang.
not back yet.
Started with a bang, literally.
Bro, it's like the ratings are high.
Yeah, like right now we're reaching like top, keeping the Kardashians.
No, bro. This is
Hip hop, loving hip hop
This
ratings.
is Jersey Shore, like third season. You know, when he was up there.
When GLT was a thing.
People have already been voted off the island.
Fire, bro. Everybody trying to be like those orange people.
I swear to God, all the extraterrestrials look at us like, yo, don't go there.
The fuck is going on down there?
Don't go there.
The fuck is going on that planet?
Yup, and talking about this planet, what do you guys think about the drones, aka the UAPs, that's been sighted all around the eastern coast and Midwest?
I mean,
Come on.
so much.
You say you wanted to jump right in.
I know, but I wanna know what you guys think first, because what I found on TikTok was like, okay, so this has to do with actual patents and shit.
All right,
So-
TikTok, the most reliable source of information on the
Right now it
internet.
is. That's why they want to ban it.
That is true. Isn't it
Okay,
coming to a ban
They're
like on the
talking about a
16th?
lot of shit that you don't see in the mainstream media. So.
Okay, they're banning it because it's a Chinese-owned social media
Yes.
company, and the Chinese-owned social media company is using it to
Yes.
mine American citizens'
But
data.
why would the orange...
And also the algorithms on every other country besides China promote violence, stupidity, and dumb shit. Unlike their TikTok, which promotes like engineering,
It's like
mathematics.
STEM and shit.
But isn't that just American culture in general?
Yeah, now it is.
Well,
Come on.
Yeah, it is.
That's
But
just the
but
algorithm.
I'm just saying, it's 2025, baby.
That's what
If-
Facebook
New Year.
does.
If everybody could be like New Year, New Me, why new country, new states, baby?
I mean,
Come on,
Because that's not
turn
what
a
Oh,
leaf.
that's not what our
right.
culture promotes.
We could turn a leaf. You feel me?
bro.
Yeah,
and I'm
but-
not talking about the ones we smoke.
I'm not. I've seen you go through World Star. I've seen like what we all look at and we all giggle at. It's violence. It's gangster ghetto shit. Like, come on, that's what we look at and laugh at. All of us. That's what we look at and giggle. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a kid, so you're like looking at
The
like,
world's a meme.
kid shit.
I'm also watching Bluey.
But like,
Yeah,
but that's not violence. That's not ghetto shit. That's not like human suffering.
no, it's
No.
it's you know,
TikTok has that algorithm because that's what Americans look at and like. That's what we look at and laugh at. That's
This is
just how the algorithm performs in the U.S. because it's Americans.
And then if you mention that, oh my god,
It's base humor.
It's like they're the new victims now. Like,
Yeah.
the Caucasian.
But
Hey,
he had to throw that one in there. But that's why y'all
I'm a
think
little
that-
edgy now.
what you think that- so you have your own conspiracy theory about
Well,
what they
I
do.
actually found it on
So-
TikTok, right?
So while you get that, Mike, what do you think the drones are?
I think that if
that?
the drones were actually like some kind of Chinese military operation, that the American government would be far more likely to react to it as opposed to just like
They were too chill.
sitting on their asses touching their dicks, which the American military isn't currently doing. They're not. When it was a weather balloon, the American military was just like, "We got him, boys! We shot down the balloons."
After mad complaints, though.
After mad complaints, and they're not doing shit about the drones because it's just like whatever, we don't care. It's probably either a military research operation because they're testing out their own drones,
Yeah.
or a military research corporation like Northrop Grumman or Raytheon
BlackRock.
or BlackRock or Boeing, because they need to make their stock price go back up because their planes have been dropping like fucking flies.
True.
So they know that the future of warfare is drones. So all of these military research companies, a lot of which are based in the Northeast, you know, like I think Raytheon has a big corporate head HQ or some kind of like company in New Jersey. Is probably or Delaware. I think it might be in Delaware.
But we know they're mostly on the East Coast.
A lot of them are on the East Coast because they're close to DC.
Yeah, because they want to.
So
they have to have their.
They got to buy off. They got to buy off politicians.
Yeah, most of their contracts are on the Pentagon payroll. Anyways.
Yeah, so they're probably doing some kind of drone experimentation program to better weaponize drones or test out new drones, and nobody's talking about it because it's just like, oh, it's experimental or it's top secret. So some motherfuckers in South Jersey. All respect to Jersey because this time it's probably not their fault. They're seeing these drones.
Are you just gonna blame Jersey for that?
Because they're seeing like actual drones. They're just like, what's going on? But like, have you ever been to South Jersey? Honestly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on, like no, like
Atlantic City is questionable.
No, Atlantic City is a giant ghetto. And then the rest of it is just, and then the rest of South Jersey is just like the boonies of Pennsylvania. And
that is true.
Like
that's
no,
100%.
like anybody who lives in like North Jersey, you know, come on. So then, like these motherfuckers see some like corporate military drone program, like oh, they're the aliens, and it's just like yeah, because that's what some fucking boonie in Jersey would say.
All right, but
God damn.
No,
also aliens, you know, could be.
It could be, but that's what but technically that's what the White House is saying. What the speaker said,
it's aliens.
That they said it's not ours. It's not any foreign. Countries.
Yeah, so it's a corporate
that is a UAP that they have no idea about, which I feel is total bullshit.
No, but like half of the government military is just corporate testing.
Yeah, definitely. Alexito, any thoughts on the UAPs?
That's what I was going.
No idea.
Well, he's like, fuck it.
No,
But,
I mean, I haven't really been looking into it. I've just been busy with my kid.
Look at you.
Aww.
Stop.
Super dad.
Beautiful dad. We love you, bro, because of that.
Look at daddy over here.
Jesus.
Daddy.
We give him love because he's a daddy. That's why.
I know, it's so
I'm
cute.
so hurt.
All right, guys.
I want to be like him.
No, you don't.
No.
You're white. Just stay white.
Wow.
I don't want to be a good dad. Fuck you.
You have a better chance than I do.
You guys are so mean to each other. No, but listen.
But I don't know. It could. Anyway, back to the UAPs. Honestly, it could be a combination of all of that. So it could be there's military testing, some fucking Metal Gear. Fuck around, it might be Metal Gear. Bro.
Nah.
It could be.
It's
But we
Gundams.
know.
But you know who knows?
So,
I feel
as
you.
per, so that,
But
all right. So I was gonna say that as per patent, right? Is it
excuse me.
umbrella when they say umbrella? When they
When they
military,
patented like a technology type or something.
no, when I say like US, like is umbrella Sierra? Is that how you say it? Like the alphabet, military alphabet. How you say it? Like Alpha, Bravo,
Alpha,
Charlie.
Bravo,
Which
Charlie.
one is
Yeah.
U?
It's umbrella.
Umbrella.
Wait, is it umbrella?
So,
I think so.
I don't know. Unicorn. Fuck it.
Is-
So it's US
Okay.
100445332 Bravo 2. It's the patent
Alright.
that is currently under the US Department of Navy, and it's a patent for anti-gravity. So what they're saying is that the UAPs, the orbs, or not, how they call it in TikTok, because they're like banning that, the orb bags. They're saying the orb bag because if you write orb on TikTok, it gets suppressed. So they're saying that those orbs are like they're testing anti-gravity technology, and they claim that there were UAPs in the past that they were triangular shaped, and that was part of the testing. And as per the patent, that's what they are shaped like.
Whoa, there was a secrecy patent of 1955, if I am correct. And basically what that says is that the US government is allowed to take whatever patent that it deems like a national security threat or a threat to like other countries being able to use that technology against us. So we've all seen that, people have gone missing or, get canceled because they've had technology that, the US is like, chill, bro.
Yeah, man.
And this also goes into what you were talking about earlier with Dr. Stephen Greer.
Exactly.
And we'll get into that. But, all right, I got two things with the orbs, right? And these are the two things that I like kind of looked into. So the first one I came up with, well, I didn't come up with, but what I learned is that they were saying that the orbs were actually drones that detect radioactivity because supposedly there's like a rogue, T cell around the U.S. with a dirty bomb. So
or that's what they're trying to look for.
They were trying to look for that group of people that supposedly had a dirty bomb, and there were reports in December that said that there was a large amount, there was a abnormal amount of radiation in New York State during the month of December, but we don't know exactly what's going on. And another one that I saw recently was on the Sean Ryan show. He had ex-Marine who his buddy had emailed him before.
Catch it.
Throw that big.
Beautiful. Good catch. Okay.
He got it. That counts.
Nice recovery.
That counts.
That counts.
First catch of the year.
Yeah.
But more. But basically, he was stating that the dude who blew up the Tesla truck, Matt, whatever.
The guy in Vegas.
Yeah, the guy in Vegas. He knew about the drones, and the drones, he said, were basically from China.
Oh my God.
And that we had the anti-gravitic technology since like the 80s, and we used to test it out there. Now that they got the technology, they're testing it out here. But the thing about that doesn't make sense, which Mike brought up earlier, was that if it was Chinese or any foreign adversary, they would have shot them shits the fuck down.
They would have shot them down. Right now,
that's why everybody was saying.
China and the U.S. are at odds because they elected Trump, who wants to impose tariffs to create a trade war. And a trade war, while intensifying everything, is not a shooting war.
Yeah.
A shooting war, you would hear about it because then everybody would go fucking crazy.
Yeah, of course.
A shooting war would be very bad for business. And even if we're at odds with China, China is our number one consumer of soybeans. That's really fucking random.
And wheat too.
And I think wheat too. Although they're probably trying to buy more from Russia now just because we elected Trump.
Yeah.
But like the Midwest produces fuck tons of soybeans. And you know who consumes fuck tons of soybeans? China.
Yeah.
They cook with that. They make soy sauce with that shit. So like China buys a ton of US fucking soybeans. So they don't really want to trade war. It's bad for business. We buy shit tons of shit made in China.
Yeah, that is true.
So they don't really
look at Timo.
They don't really want a trade war. That's bad for their business.
Yeah.
A shooting war would be really bad for business.
It would be
a shooting war would be horrible.
Right now,
a hot war would be horrible.
A hot war would be really bad.
Especially the fact that everybody's on tension, so they'll be quick to press that button.
So like even worse, China and Russia both have nukes. We have more and bigger nukes. The problem with that one is everybody fucking loses.
Yeah, everybody does.
So I don't think China would have drones over here for whatever reason.
I don't even think that.
They wouldn't try that.
But that's what the dude had emailed the guest on the
Right.
show, and basically said, "Yo, if I live or die, just make sure that when after January 1st, you release this information to the public."
But the reason why I don't find him a reliable source, and I'm not saying that he didn't say that, is that dude blew himself up because he was suffering from PTSD and like severe depression.
But they say there's a mismatch in the DNA and that shit.
They saying that the body in the card doesn't match the DNA from his son.
I don't know about all that.
Or something to that nature. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's
about
so
all that.
much around it. You know what?
And
It's just that
Alexito?
the season finale of 2024 was so crazy that at some point,
good catch.
the most like reaching shit that you could think of, it came reality. Like things that you could think of, like, no, this is impossible.
Like, bro, who would think?
What?
Like, hey, y'all think I'm crazy, but yo, deadass, I've looked into it. Like, you remember, of course, we got a in the house group chat. So you remember when I said I saw a UFO on 145th? I wasn't lying about that.
Bro,
and then listen to the thing
Why
about
am I not in the group chat? Fuck you guys.
Because it's not.
Because I'm white. Because I'm white.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
not really.
Racist.
But the thing about it is that
so racist.
I saw videos of the same shit I saw from different point of views, and it wasn't like a spotlight or anything like that. And then I saw that shit like 3 days later in the exact same spot. I was like,
The what?
oh, UFO or UAP, whatever.
I think I saw some. like one the other day too. I thought it was a star, and then I was smoking. I went to the room. I played some video games. I came back to smoke, and the shit was in the exact same spot. I'm like, nah, bro. What is this? Like, there's no plane. I thought it was like a perspective of a plane, you know, living in the distance.
And then on top of that is like a lot more people are seeing them. You feel me? And I know the whole UAP shit with like Jersey, but I'm talking about like away from all of that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit that they're. I don't know. Maybe this is the start of Project Bluebeam.
That's what they say.
I don't fucking know. Because the government's like, yo, yeah, there's aliens and shit. Y'all just not understanding that there's aliens and shit.
Oh, but so now the government's deciding to tell us the truth.
Yeah, the government supposedly they've been saying it for like 3 years.
But if the government always lies, and now the government's saying, "Oh yeah, there's aliens," then the government's lying. No, that you can't have it both ways.
I know, supposedly.
That's a logical double standard.
I forgot to mention something that's why the explanation of why some people move so fast, like so fast across like a screen or something, is because they're going against gravity. Like gravity's not pulling them down. There's no drag.
Yeah,
so they just
that actually makes sense. If that technology exists. And I'm not saying it does because I don't have the empirical, because we had this conversation earlier. Yeah. The empirical evidence of this technology existing has not been proven to me. We're going on this theory. We're going on this theory. We're going on this theory that this patent exists and this technology exists and the government and multiple governments might have access to it, right?
Yeah.
If it exists, then it would be able to defy what we perceive as the laws of physics, right? Because the laws of physics is that airplanes, throwing a baseball, all of this other shit, obeys the laws of physics. Like, boom. I just dropped that because of gravity. So if anti-gravity exists, then it would not obey these basic laws of physics. Boom. You could drop this 1,000 times and it would fall 1,000 fucking times. We observe that because of gravity, and we know gravity isn't a theory, it's fucking fact.
Yeah.
So if anti-gravity exists, it would not obey those laws. It could move as fast as you fucking want.
Yeah. Exactly. And then on top of that, you wouldn't experience none of the G-forces.
Have you guys seen the experiments, like a lot of magnets in a circle?
Oh, like,
and they put that shit under like a really low temperature, like a piece of something,
when they make
and it floats.
Yeah,
when they make the superconductors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm pretty sure if they're more advanced, they probably figured that shit out already.
But
and the right temperature, you know, to keep it.
Oh, that was perfect.
Nice. That was. Oh shit! No.
If I didn't have the vape in my hand.
Come on.
If I didn't have the vape in my hand.
That would have been landed right there.
But, and this is moving forward, you wanted to talk about Dr. Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
And it's good that you brought him up because he's right now protesting full disclosure before the inauguration.
¿Por qué?
Because he's saying that with all the UAPs coming out, it's about time that everybody knows the truth. And he's been advocating for this for over 20 plus years.
There's two documentaries about it.
Not only that, but he's also a big advocate for certain technologies that have been suppressed since the 1920s. Like, for instance,
like Tesla.
With Tesla technology. But, for instance, the example that we were just speaking about, anti-gravitic technology, anti-gravity. There's been multiple scientists through the course of this century alone. And I'm not talking about 2000 to 2025. I'm talking about like 1900 to like 99. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Throughout that century, there was about 4 or 5 scientists that came out with anti-gravity technology, patented, and got their invention taken away.
Yeah, exactly. And supposedly
just like when Nikola Tesla also came out with free energy. Patented, got it suppressed because of certain things. Like we've said multiple times on the podcast, it has to do with money. Not only the money, but
anti-gravity would ruin everything.
But not only that, certain technologies like anti-gravity or free energy would put everybody on an equal playing field.
The energy,
no need for roads.
The energy generators would. The energy generators would. The anti-gravity might not, because the anti-gravity. What practical purposes are there for anti-gravity? The only thing that would would be to throw your shit off the planet, because gravity is what keeps us within the confines of the G-forces of a planet spiraling through the universe.
Yeah, but if you're using anti-gravity technology, let's say in a more commercial sense, in a more commercial sense, like construction would be a lot easier. Transportation. What else? Construction, transportation.
Well, you see the problem.
Because then it removes the need for oil, because you can create mag trains. You can make a maglev trains.
Yeah,
The
because
big corp is gonna try and grab that and be like, "Oh, this is."
But we already have light rail, and that's getting jammed up in
I'm
in
talking
America.
like means for.
We could have had-
for
we could have-
anti-gravity travel.
You can have a train. I'm good on that. You can have a train from New York to Chicago in about an hour. You can have a train from New York to DC in 30 minutes, but nobody fucking takes that because the oil and gas companies make it impossible
for it to get
Even
built.
more expensive than a plane.
They make it 10 times more expensive than a fucking plane because what does a plane use?
Oil and fuel.
Right. So the problem isn't that we don't already have access to this technology. The problem is our government is more corrupt than fucking Zimbabwe 30 years ago.
True, and I'm not gonna
Facts.
doubt that.
I'm
But
And it's corrupt in proper ways too.
yeah,
like, come on.
but I get exactly where you're coming from. But like I was saying,
No.
and another reason why they would suppress it is
Thank
also
you, bro.
because once the technology gets out and it's in the free market,
Actually, fuck
Every-
let me take it.
every country would be on an equal playing field. Everybody would have electricity. Everybody would have access to all this technology.
But
So that means the power balance would actually topple.
and they will not allow that to happen.
Of course not.
That's why we'll never have that tap into that kind of like knowledge and technology.
The modern plutocracy is just feudalism, and,
Yeah.
we're the serfs.
We are officially in the oligarchy, so. might as well.
But so going back to Dr. Stephen Greer, if y'all have seen his I think it's not his latest film. I believe it's his latest film, The Lost Century and How to Reclaim It. He talks a lot about anti-gravity
Yeah, I can't do all
technology.
that.
Really?
He talks a lot
That's
about
enjoy.
free energy technology and how there's scientists now that have the tech to put it out there in the free market. But the thing about it is that greed kicks in. You feel me? You have
Of course.
anti-gravity technology, you have free energy technology. Of course, you're gonna want to patent it and sell it and be the sole owner of this invention because you invented it. You feel me? But when they do that, you have companies and the government that come and shut them down and basically tell them, "Yo, listen, you can't sell this. We'll give you a little check here.
Yeah.
Here's a little something. Shut the fuck up and you can't ever speak about this ever again."
Because the
Your life
entire
work.
concept of government,
NDA forever.
the entire concept of government is basically upside down because rich people, wealthy people bought the government. The government should be for the working people as
Yeah.
It
opposed
hasn't
to
been
for
like
the
that
rich
for
people.
since-
Yeah, it hasn't been like that for a while. But where I'm getting to is that Dr. Stephen Greer encourages these scientists to, instead of patenting it, put it out there, fully open source it.
Yep.
Let other companies grab onto it. Let other people produce it. So that way it can't get suppressed. But yet again, because of greed and
Or
people,
paranoia that it can be used as a weapon.
not even because, but that's the thing about it. Anything could be used as a weapon. Anything a human invented could be used as a weapon.
Yeah, but
Anything. Somebody with anything.
but
You feel me? But it's the way you use the tool. It's not the tool itself, except for nukes. Nukes, that's straight.
There are definitely.
Yes,
That's
it doesn't matter who uses
that's
it.
his sole
Or
purpose.
how.
I mean, like weapons are invented with the sole purpose of
Yeah.
destruction and killing.
But I'm talking about like general tools, like a knife, for instance. A knife. You could, cut your fish. You could carve wood with it. You could do multiple things with a knife, not only cause harm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is
It
the
causes harm to the fish though.
what is the
What I
purpose? What is the purpose?
Circle of
Well,
life.
you can't eat it because you're allergic to.
Oh, that's right. So
Or-
why put the fish in the first place?
Because that was the first thing that came to mind.
The purpose of the invention of a gun. What is its purpose?
Make warfare easier.
Its purpose is.
Yeah.
Does it have any other purpose besides
No. Even you could say self-defense, but
what?
to
but
the enemy?
To trickle it down, it's really, it's a weapon. It's meant for warfare.
Right.
It's meant for warfare.
for-
Yeah.
But that is
Pew, pew.
because human nature is a violent nature.
Yeah.
Until we evolve beyond that nature, we are always going to be a violent
The
species.
ghetto planet.
Yeah, like a baseball bat is designed to play baseball.
You can
but
kill
then-
someone with a baseball
But
bat.
then you can kill someone with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
You wrap
But
some
it has a
barbed wire
tool to
around
play
it,
it-
you know?
Now
play
you
a big
enhance
game, a
that
sport.
feature.
You know?
A golf club is not meant to beat people.
It wasn't designed for that, but it
But
can be used
used for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what you were trying to say
Yeah.
earlier.
creative. Yeah, of course.
Basically, so what I'm basically saying is that, you feel me? There's a lot of shit that's been invented that's suppressed. You know what I mean? And right now we're seeing, how can I say? I'm looking for the right word. We're at the cusp of an era that's
The
gonna
pinnacle.
Nah, we're at the cusp because we're at the beginning. We're at the beginning of an era where we're gonna see.
The pinnacle's the top, bro.
Yeah, the pinnacle's at the top.
That's right.
You feel me? We're at the beginning of an era where we're gonna see technology expand at an astronomical rate. You feel me? AI is only gonna get better. Transportation is only gonna get better. And the thing
not in New York though.
Oh no, not ever here. But you feel me? We're gonna see technologies get better fast. You feel me?
And
so this is why certain things like anti-gravity and free energy eventually have to come out within the next century in order to keep, the rate of technology's evolution at the way it's at now. Because think about it, if Google's already building 7 nuclear power plants to power their AI system, imagine how much energy that shit's gonna use in 20, 30 years from now. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell that we're gonna.
The planet can withstand it.
There's no way in hell that we're gonna be able to withstand the energy demand with our current grid and our current technological base.
Be the plot of Final
You feel me?
The problem with all of that is that all of this technological evolution has been spawned by an arms race, right? The military technology has advanced, and the weapons destruction, the capabilities of like weapons armaments have advanced, and that is where all of the money and investment is going into. But the infrastructure and the cultural advancement is still very, very far behind.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that when people say, "Oh, these flashing lights in the sky," that's why I say, yeah, because the Air Force and the Army and the Navy have like missiles that can fucking shoot halfway across the world and blow up a hut.
Yeah.
But like we don't have a society that is willing to pay taxes so everybody can get like free healthcare. We still have corporations that leech all of our money through all of our jobs, or we pay into a fucking system of insurance.
We're one of the countries that pay the highest tax rate
and get the worst fucking
because
healthcare.
Everybody's fucking lobbying the goddamn money.
Right. So when
everybody's
I say
lobbying the fucking money,
the technology and our ability to blow shit up is incredible.
Yeah.
We can blow shit up better than anybody.
Yeah, we have a knack for destruction. Yeah.
But we pay the most for the worst healthcare.
Yeah.
So culturally, this country is not evolved at all. Militaristically and in technology, we could probably blow up the moon.
Yeah.
Like, think about how many thousands and tens of thousands of nukes we have. This country by itself could hypothetically blow up the moon. But we can't, like, get a homeless person off the train so she doesn't get set on fire.
If it doesn't make money, it's not going to happen.
If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense.
But here's the crazy part.
That's how they think.
If you get homeless people off the street, then that's less money you're spending in having to take these people onto the train off the street when they get sick.
They don't
the long term.
No, but the thing about it is that they're not looking at it like that.
It's immediate.
They're looking at it. All right, there's a homeless problem. Okay, how much money are you gonna give into this homeless problem? Oh, let's try $100 million this year. Cool. Now you have this many people. These many people have jobs now. Ooh, guess what? The homeless problem is not gonna go away.
It's not gonna go away.
They're going to keep asking for more money because people have these jobs now to help the homeless. So they're not going to genuinely help people to get the fuck out of that situation because their own livelihoods depend on that.
That's the whole point of the prison system.
Yeah.
It's a revolving door that doesn't ever want to stop because of the fact that instead of fucking curing shit, we put Band-Aids on things and we just say, hey, fuck it. Just keep throwing money at it.
But other countries that genuinely fix this shit, they see a long-term advancement of the society.
Yes, they do. But guess what? America doesn't think like that. They think about the here and now.
And that's why the country's going to blow itself up. Because the country's going to get dumber and dumber.
Quick segue. What about that shit that... There were a couple of different things. There was one where people were talking about us joining Canada. There was another one that was Sweden buying us over.
Oh, that.
We get like.
Because Trump wanted to buy Greenland, right?
Something about Greenland. Like,
why would we
I was down with Canada.
I don't fucking know. Why the fuck would he buy Greenland?
Free healthcare? Come on,
no.
Dude's a fucking moron.
Listen. If they were to actually if somebody, let's say
the union,
let's say that we had people in charge and say, you know what, let's actually change shit. I can tell you this right now. A lot of the government's going to get fired.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. If people were actually to change shit and they were to dwindle shit down and just put it to what the money where it's really needed,
Where?
a lot of people would get fired
Who?
because a lot of people have bullshit jobs.
Which parts?
A lot. All right, let's say.
Citation needed.
No, like the assistant of the assistant that does
Yeah,
this,
like-
that,
Like,
or the one that watches something that nobody needs to be watching over. Shit like that.
you know, little shit that we could actually fucking pull away. Like, do we really need a department of, I don't know.
Government efficiency.
Yeah, government efficiency. Can we just fucking have Can we just have one department that oversights everybody?
That's already a department, but they created the Department of Government Efficiency so Elon Musk could do shit and like fire whoever he
No,
wanted.
just so he could use the word dodgy.
Oh, dog.
Like the fucking
Dog.
Doggo, whatever.
No, fuck that.
That's fucking weirdo.
Fucking weirdo.
Anyway, let's not get
I was-
into
that
that.
used to be
It's
your
gonna be a
boy,
rabbit hole.
Nah, I still fuck with him.
That still used to. Oh,
But
man,
now
that
that-
dude's insane.
I still fuck with him, but I can't fuck with him while he's trying to be in government. No.
While he's
If-
trying to be the president.
Yeah. While he's secretly trying to be Lex Luthor, I can't
This
fuck with
is
him right now.
literally the plot
Secretly
of
trying to be
Don't
Lex
Look Up.
Luthor.
Secretly
He
trying
doesn't
to-
exactly dabble in subtlety, does he?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
That's the Asperger's, brother.
Yeah.
He's gonna destroy
Narcissistic
the
Asperger's.
government the
He's
same
not
way
the
he
cool
destroyed
Asperger's.
Twitter,
He's the
bro.
uncool Asperger's.
Y'all heard?
He's the dickhead
He's gonna
Asperger's.
destroy the government the same way he destroyed Twitter.
Like, honestly, I didn't think anybody could be more obvious about being a narcissistic spoiled brat, but like, he's the poster child of it.
He's the richest man in the world. Of course, he's a douche.
He didn't work for it. He was born into it.
That
I
makes
respect
it even
people who work
worse.
for it.
That
You
makes
know,
it even worse.
I never thought that
He's
two
a
people.
genius at marketing.
I never thought two people could make me respect Mike Bloomberg more than Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I want that on record. Two people could make me respect Mike Bloomberg, who actually like worked for his money. But then Mike Bloomberg just shows up and he's just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?" And he spends like $500 million of his dollars to like try and like not run against, but like put anti-Trump ads
philanthropy
out.
itself is like it's a whole bunch of money.
I didn't like Mike Bloomberg. I thought he was an asshole. And then Trump and Musk came along, and I'm just like,
I
oh,
saw him live.
Mike Bloomberg's actually like a respectable guy compared to these two schmucks.
He's mad short. Though.
He's a little
He's
guy.
shorter than me.
He's mad short.
He's a little guy with a big wallet.
Hold on.
He's a little guy with a big wallet.
What's up, though? Like, I'm little too. What you trying to say?
You feel attacked back there?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
That short people can be rich. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
See, boom.
That's crazy.
Nah,
Short people
home
could
run.
be in power. Look
Whatever.
at Mike Bloomberg, Napoleon.
nah, but he
Well,
made his money though.
I can finally talk about this, like that company and that guy.
Shut up.
Those two were born into it, and Mike Bloomberg's just like, man, I don't need to be around. I don't need to prove shit. I made my money.
He did.
Yeah.
I got his book, and you know when you read it, it's like, oh yeah, I mean, he was just smart. He was just really smart.
He was
did
really
his
smart.
shit. He did his shit, bro.
He was an
created a
asshole,
system
but he was
before
smart.
the PC was a thing. The terminal shit that we used to work.
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
Yeah. So and then from there, like some associates of him, whatever, you know, they bought this place. It was supposed to be some like coffee shop or whatever,
Yeah.
and that became the headquarters. And then from there, they only want a system that where they could share on the spot, like everything about bonds and stocks and all the end.
And then he turned New York
It's
into a
just
city for
a
the
good
rich.
idea,
Fuck
and
you,
you push
schmuck.
it forward, you become.
But I still respect him more than I respect Trump or fucking Musk because at least he made his money. He was smart. He wasn't born fucking rich. He turned like a working middle class life into like, oh, I'm a billionaire now. It's like, oh
And
shit.
Let's go for it.
outside of politics and shit. I mean, when he was mayor, New York was okay.
Yeah, New York was pretty alright when he was mayor.
It kind of deteriorated under like Adams.
That's
Super.
it. But
Fuck
it was,
Mayor Adams.
when I lived
I want
here
that
like
on
10
record.
years ago, over
Fuck-
10 years ago, like
Hold
it was,
on.
it was okay. New York. Was
Hold
okay.
on.
Yeah.
Fuck Eric Adams.
I never thought
Well,
somebody.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I never thought
Yeah,
someone
he
could make De
was-
Blasio look competent.
Yeah.
And that guy's a fucking Boston Red Sox fan.
De Blasio
Adams
was
is
like
a
a
Red Sox
character.
fan?
De Blasio.
Oh,
okay.
That was a
he
character.
looked like a Red Sox fan.
I thought Adams was a fucking Mets fan.
I don't.
Oh, even worse.
Fuck
No, Red Sox is
Fuck.
worse.
Eric Adams, bro.
He's a
That's
douche, bro.
One time I was at a couple years ago, I was at the Dominican Day Parade, and he happened to walk by me. I definitely yelled that at him.
Nice.
I was like, yo, fuck you. And he just like,
Look, the choices between him and
Yeah.
Curtis Sliwa. So like they gave us shitty choices. The same time,
I didn't even know who the fuck was running from here.
Yo,
I didn't
Is
want to
that-
vote for a cop.
this is a quick one because we can get a troll and everything. About Mario's brother. Did he do it?
I'm fucking weak. Not Mario's brother.
Mario's brother.
It's a me.
It's a me. I think there's so much that doesn't make sense about the whole thing, but
Of course there is.
like I don't. You think that was him who did it?
You ever had a bad back?
About what?
You ever had a bad back?
Bad back?
Yeah, you ever like
Oh
pulled
yeah,
your
yeah. I
back?
know the story. I know where you're going with that. But I don't know. It's just that like certain pictures, certain photos. Even the lawyer herself was like, "You really guys have to do the whole like perp walk?
Yeah.
Like really? You really have to go like fucking like Hannibal Lecter on a guy that's not even
Yes.
convicted yet? Like
Fucking
what the fuck,
Bane.
guys?
Bro,
You're wilding, bro. Like,
there's people that have done a lot worse.
and
Or-
if you talk about him now, the NYPD will say you're a terrorist, and they're gonna put you on a list.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they put you on a watch list.
on a watch list. Yeah.
If you fuck with
I don't.
Yeah,
Super
with
Mario's
like no,
brother.
with supporting his ideas.
The green hat guy.
The green
Well,
hat guy.
Let's
Listen.
The not
I-
loser.
All I'm saying is this, right? With that whole situation, there was two things that I felt that shouldn't have happened.
To the what?
There's two things that I felt like. One, I don't feel like he should have been celebritized or celebritized the way celebrated the way he is.
Or
And
what he
two,
did.
I don't feel that anybody should have celebrated the dude dying. You feel me? I feel that change should have been seen, and you feel me, like all of that. But at the end of the fucking day, that company don't give a fuck,
They don't.
and they're going to push somebody to do even worse now. Because I also read a report that they actually denied.
There's more shit happening.
The same company denied somebody who literally needed to be on life support because they were in a coma.
Oh, because
And then
it wasn't
the doctor-
medically necessary.
Because it wasn't medically necessary. The doctor literally wrote them an email. If they don't have this, they were trying to prevent death. That's why they need this.
That's why they don't care. Like he's gonna die. Whatever. I'm not gonna spend money on keeping them alive. That's how they think, bro.
Yeah. And also on top of that, they have a system in place in certain insurance companies where they have an algorithm that denies like a good 60%
Yeah, bro.
of like big
They use
insurance
AI to control people's like destinies, future, and life or death situation. That is
claims. Insane.
insanity, bro. At its worst.
President John F. Kennedy said, when peaceful revolution becomes impossible, violent revolution becomes inevitable. The first people to really snap against the ruling classes are the former middle classes turned poverty classes. The writer,
Like veterans.
the writer of Das Kapital was not just Karl Marx, but Friedrich Engels. And both of them were former middle class, because at the time, the wealth disparity in Prussia was starting to increase.
Mm-hmm.
And there was way more impoverished working classes, and then like there were the ruling wealthy elite up top.
Yeah.
So every time that happens, it's usually the former middle classes that have been dropped down to the working classes. And Luigi's family, they have money.
That's another thing.
So he's not some
He's not some
working
person
class,
desperate, like homeless, that
poverty.
you know,
He's
angry.
not that Guatemalan immigrant on the train. He's a rich kid from fucking Delaware.
So-
Yeah, true.
Then that, at least for me, it raises the question. Okay, if this is a family of money, why the whole insurance was an issue? Maybe they could pay for it.
Because when you have chronic back pain, maybe the insurance company doesn't see a profit in continuing. And
No, I get that.
he was also about to turn 27, which is, I believe, the age
you get out of coverage at 26, right?
26 or 27.
No, 26.
So he was looking at a future where he doesn't have enough money or the right insurance, and it's going to drive him bankrupt.
God.
Or his parents are going to have to just throw him cash, and they're just like, well, we can't afford all of this because that's chronic back pain and there's no real treatment for it.
No, I read that part. That was-
So if he's wealthy, if his family's got money, maybe he was educated enough to know how fucked the American healthcare system is,
Bro.
and he kept getting denied. He's been through the system for 7 years as an adult, and all he's looking at is a life of medical bills. So he knows who to take it out on. He knows how to plan it. He's the valedictorian of his high school class. He is an intelligent,
They should have named him insurance claim.
so
That's his
the
finishing move.
if I'm
Yeah.
incorrect,
Claim, blah,
if
blah.
any part
Here's
of
the form.
so if any part of what I'm saying is incorrect, tell me, why did they give him that fucking Batman villain type perp walk?
Bro.
Why did the wealthy
Theatrics
why did the
and
NYPD,
deception.
why did the mayor go show up?
Fuck Eric.
A
Adams.
Why did they
person
all show
who is
up?
currently being investigated.
Why did they all show up and they're just like, we can't let more CEOs. We
Because
need
they
to
let-
stop this working class
You
rage.
want to know
However,
why? You want to know
Children
why?
dying in school shootings, but one guy couldn't see, oh, he's a terrorist.
Everybody loses their
Suck
mind.
bro.
My
Another
wanna
school
know- you
shooting
wanna know
happened
why?
today. Nobody cares.
You want to know why?
One CEO gets assassinated. Everybody
You
loses their
You
mind.
want to know? You want to know why? Because that one CEO was probably lining the pockets of 100 people.
So,
So, see.
I don't know how I feel about that.
the high thought, the one I shared with you guys already, but Mike hasn't heard about it.
What's your high
Well,
thought?
I kind of mentioned that already. Is the fact that, okay, you know, movies already, they've always been saying that if the AI takes over, it's gonna be because it's angry, because it becomes sentient, and they realize that they're being slaves to humans, and Matrix ends. But the trend, my opinion, is that we are becoming a little bit with like the pass of time, more and
Yeah.
more dependent on AI,
Yeah,
and we're becoming more and more comfortable with it.
yeah,
And John Connor is gonna look at us like, bro, what are you doing?
yeah.
And it's gonna be, in my opinion, it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna just surrender to it because AI can just do anything for us. And to make it convenient, like, just plug me into something, I just do everything for me, and I just analyze it, whatever, and that's it. Boom. That's how the Matrix happens, and we lose everything.
Well, I think that with the passage of time, we're not going to see it in our lifetime, but I think we're coming down to the last generations of humans that are actually going to be producers and innovators, unless we become a spacefaring race,
Right.
and then we'll go from
A
a
spacefaring
spacefaring race,
like faring.
faring, yeah.
Traveling.
Big.
Gotcha.
So
He said space fearing.
not spacefaring, a spacefaring race where we travel the cosmos and shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, if we stay on Earth, life for humanity is either going to be one of two
Spacefaring.
things: the Matrix,
Mhm.
or everybody's going to be living out their wildest dreams, living the exact life they want, doing whatever the fuck they want.
Philip Dick has something like that in his books.
You feel me?
Like that.
And now with the advancement of technology, like they just came out with that Matrix shit that you could just like download information to your brain. I was like, oh my god, I want that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not good, but I know I want that. Because to instantly learn shit would be fire.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's gonna be practical. I would definitely do it.
Yeah, why not? Learn what? I need to learn a new language. WAP, now I know Japanese fluently.
There we go.
I know any language that I need to know. You feel me? I know quantum mechanics. That would essentially propel humanity in a very accelerated rate. Because everybody would be smart as shit.
Then another thought that I had was, okay, so imagine, right?
Let the hair out, bro.
I'm sorry, I want to look good.
Jesus.
Sir, let me be.
Let it out.
You don't want to look like Sweeney Todd.
So exactly. Oh, the Sweeney Todd's there. So, no, I was gonna say like, okay, let's say we're in the Matrix, right?
We're a podcast
and we
of
can
hair
wake
having
up,
people.
and we can wake up to our original bodies, whatever, right? And we wake up, and that's cool. What if there's no fucking body,
What do you mean?
and you wake up
And you're
to
just,
your conscience being like kept somewhere,
what, like free floating?
not free floating? That you wake up and you become to actual conscience that is like not incorporated, you know?
With a body?
There's no body, but you are like somewhere in a computer server or something, and you can never escape from there. That's your hell. You wake up and your hell is your conscience safe somewhere, and that's it forever. That's very Black Mirror.
Very Black Mirror. God dang.
There's an episode like that.
That's
Super dark, bro.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's very
I'll
uncomfortable
give
too.
it,
though.
yeah. It's very
The
uncomfortable
one that
thought.
okay is the episode.
But I
that
like
looks-
this one better. That when we die, we wake up to our real bodies and like we're super young, and that was just a tutorial of life. now you know how to act in society.
That's very Rick and Morty, but yeah.
And then like if you fuck up, you know, if you failed like that tutorial, you gotta do it again, and that's like the whole reincarnation process.
That would suck. Actually,
It would
what do you
be
guys think?
it would be an episode of Groundhog's Day over and over again, where you're just doing
Groundhog's
different
Day,
bullshit
like
lives.
the Looper.
Yeah, you're just
No,
doing
but
the
you got
looper.
The Russian Doll. Have you seen that show? That's amazing.
But
No, I haven't.
the problem with having your consciousness uploaded is that what are you going to do if your consciousness is just floating in empty data? That's purgatory.
But is that really your consciousness or just a copy?
It-
That's the real philosophical question. Because if you upload your consciousness, right?
right.
Are you really uploading your consciousness, or you're just uploading
A
copy
copy.
of your consciousness, and that copy believes it's you?
Then it's just data. It's not actually you.
That's
When
what-
you
yeah,
die,
but there's
you
a
die.
copy of you that believes he's the original.
yeah, but
That's where you're going.
yeah.
Then it's just an AI program that thinks it's you, and then when you die, you die.
We will be able to differentiate in the future.
I hope so. I hope so. But the way things are going now,
Have you guys seen that? It's a very underrated movie from Bruce Willis. It's called Surrogates.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I've seen it.
So it's kind of like that idea. Like you could just stay home and your surrogate does
And
everything.
your cyborg body just goes out and does shit.
And you're connected to them.
Nah, but that's whack though. That's super trash.
Yeah, super trash.
That's super trash. Because if I want to get connected to any type of robot, it's definitely gonna.
If
be
you want
a
to giggity,
Gundam.
will you like even feel it?
Yeah, when you giggity, do you goop?
Do you goop or do you goop?
No.
When you giggity, do you goop?
I cut myself like.
Like, oh God.
Oh, geez.
Oh Jesus, bro.
Jesus Christ.
But nah, that ass though. Like, any other high thoughts, gentlemen?
My thoughts. I mean, we're definitely surrendering to the aliens, bro. Like it's either the robots or the aliens, or the aliens are gonna save us from the.
But
because they know we're fucking up. Like we're going the wrong direction.
yeah.
So
but
why would
actually,
they? Why would they save us?
Because it's gonna
'cause they're
fuck
cool
up.
people.
They see it as a
they're
whole.
not.
Maybe
How
they
you know
see
they're
that
not?
how these people.
Empirical evidence, Mike.
Empirical.
Empirical evidence. Do you know aliens are hostile by empirical evidence?
Well, you don't know aliens are there by empirical evidence.
Do you know if they're hostile by empirical evidence?
You don't know that they're there, so you don't know what they are.
Huh?
You don't know.
So you
How
don't
about if
believe?
they're-
You
How
don't,
about if they're like cool stoner guys? Like, yo, we just came down to smoke some bud,
yeah, bro.
and we're just here to chill and relax.
When have there been any evidence of any aliens?
Roswell. Roswell.
Roswell.
The
The
pyramids.
X-Files, bro.
The X-Files. Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
You feel me?
So you don't believe in any
No.
of the CIA unclassified, whatever, declassified stuff?
No,
think it's all like
I-
this information.
I think it's all disinformation. I think the government
Like
wants
all
you.
of it?
I think the government wants you to think that they have some contact with aliens because they want to look mysterious.
And how about
When in reality, it's all a bunch of corrupt businessmen, incompetent
All right.
bureaucrats,
okay, cool.
and
So
like
I got that's modern day.
angry military guys.
So question.
No,
How
that's
do-
the last 100 years.
And so pre last 100 years, how do you explain ancient societies talking about star people and all that?
Because
And they've documented it.
because
in stone.
ancient societies were still human fucking beings who had like intelligent people in those ancient civilizations. They had astronomers, they had mathematicians, they had construction workers, they had tyrants.
Oh, okay,
They
but
were
you're-
just like,
you're-
hey,
you're
take
still-
all those, make them
But we
build
had those
buildings.
All right, but
That's
you're
literally
still,
what
But
happened.
you're still not explaining how the star people and the people that came, because they're saying that this actually happened.
Yeah, and they also say that like Jesus walked on water and rose from the fucking dead. Doesn't mean it actually fucking happened.
You never know.
Like ancient civilizations had superstitions too. Like,
True.
come on, you don't actually step on a crack and break your mama's back. Like that doesn't actually happen.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Like
Well-
ancient civilizations did awesome shit and they had some silly fucking ideas.
But-
Modern civilizations do some awesome shit and we have some stupid fucking ideas.
Yeah, true. But what I'm saying is that why would my thing is like why would ancient people with limited resources, right?
The resources were just as prevalent. They just used them differently.
All right. Well, I would say limited because of the fact they don't have like our manufacturing style or our supply chain.
They had
Comparing
different
Comparing it to where I was getting to is that you feel me, like with their, because you don't want to say it's limited, with their resources, right? Why would they literally depict aliens on stone and shit like that?
Those were fucking hieroglyphs, weren't they? Weren't they just
but they
depicting
have
their
legit-
gods?
But
Like,
they have like hieroglyphs with like the gray alien phase. And we're talking about not like just ancient Egypt. We're talking like Babylon. We're talking Sumer. We're even talking about Gobekli Tempe. That's like 12,000 years old.
Yeah.
You feel me? With all this shit. You feel me? So this is what I'm saying. I could completely understand if we don't have little gray men. You feel me?
Gray or green.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
But I could believe that a bipedal being probably came down and helped us along.
I'm not ruling out. I'm not ruling that out. I'm not ruling that out. I'm not ruling that out as a possibility. Here's what I'll say. I will believe that before I believe like the God of Abraham, like that, all that stuff, and like the omnipotent, omnipresent, universal being thing.
So aliens versus God, basically.
If I had to pick aliens
over God,
I would pick that theory over the theory of like the universal creator, like the intelligent design shit. All of that seems way less likely. I would give that under 1% chance of being possible. I'll give the aliens a greater than 1% chance of being possible.
Because I was gonna say, listen, we were made, so why wouldn't there be?
Because we were made by, like, we know how we exist. Our parents fucking fucked. Like, that's.
No, I'm saying the human race, the planet was
species.
inhabited by different species. So why couldn't it happen in another universe?
Another galaxy.
That's my theory for like not mine.
Because
it's my belief.
Because it's too egocentric. Right? If aliens exist, why shouldn't they look exactly like us? That's too egocentric.
Well, no, I'm not saying that they look like us. I'm saying
they're bipedal. Humanoids.
Fuck bipedal humanoids or whatever. I'm saying if I exist, there's no way that there's somewhere in a faraway universe, faraway planet, whatever, that there's also life there.
Yeah, of course.
That,
the mathematical.
I'm pretty sure there are 4 aliens in a room right now making a podcast saying
they're having the same conversation.
Right.
Like, yo, imagine there's 4 like other aliens in another planet.
Yeah.
And they're talking about us and shit. Like,
well, no, if life exists here, then it's a mathematical impossibility that it doesn't exist somewhere else.
And they're also smoking like blorpus and shit.
Blorpus.
Right. But what I'm saying is that like the idea that aliens came here and then just like pushed like planeswalking apes, right? Because that's what we are. We're fucking bipedal upright apes that they just said, hey, here's how you do civilization, guys. Cook your meat and build some houses. It's just
But if you're going off of that assumption, we're also according to Sumer,
right,
which is quote unquote the oldest civilization that we know
that we're aware of. Right.
Yeah. The Anunnaki made us as a slave race. And that is the proper term to use slave. And they genetically engineered us.
And see that's where like I'm not 100% on, because like if that's the case, let's say that happens 100,000 years ago, right? 100, because the modern human genetically is 100 to 200,000 years old.
Yeah, about 200.
Right. So what happened in the last 200,000 years? Because if this modern human Homo sapiens species is 200,000 years old, that's a lot of history that we don't know about. Have we been hunter-gatherers just wandering around as tribes for 200,000 years?
But the thing about it is that even with modern day archaeology, we would never know because of the fact that the Earth has tectonic plate movement.
Right.
So even if there was ancient civilizations, advanced ancient civilizations, and they died out throughout the course of time, there would be no evidence of them.
There would be no evidence, and if Sumer is the first civilization, then do you think that it's really possible that there weren't civilizations before that?
That's what I'm saying.
So it's too
patchy.
It's too patchy. So I can't rule out the possibility of aliens, although I don't really accept it because there's no evidence for it. There's just a bunch of humans having similar ideas on different continents all at the same time, and it's just like, let's all build pyramids in 3 different continents, and it's just like, well, that's a coincidence.
Really? Is it though?
It's a coincidence.
Really?
But correlation doesn't equal causation.
Really though?
Correlation does not equal causation.
Come on, bro. Like
correlation.
I would understand if 1 or 2 civilizations had the same idea and build pyramid at a massive scale. Like if you told me the Egyptians and the Mayans were the only 2 civilizations that ever built pyramids, I'll be like, all right, cool. I could understand that they had similar ideas, but then you move on to like the Hindus and all this other shit and all these other civilizations that created pyramids.
There's not that many of them. There's a few. There's like 5.
Bro, there's pyramids in every single continent.
Because it's the most stable structure.
But yet again, there are pyramids that look very similar. Because, come on, man.
There's nuanced differences.
There's little subtle differences, but the pyramid shape is what it is. But you can't say that all these civilizations couldn't have. All right, I understand if 1 or 2 civilizations, retracting myself, if 1 or 2 civilizations had the same bright idea. All right, cool. Pyramid, most stable structure. Let's build this shit. It'll get it done. But once you have civilizations across the entire globe building the same structure, and it's on every continent, you would think there's some sort of correlation there where either A, people migrated and took the information with them.
Yeah.
Or B, somehow, some way, all these civilizations were in cahoots with each other.
Okay. I have one reason why that might not necessarily be the case. When do you think Native Americans migrated into the U.S. continent?
About 10,000 years ago.
10,000 years ago, right?
Well, according to the theory where they came over on the land bridge from
Asia.
From Asia.
Right.
10,000 years ago.
And in the last 10,000 years, when like Europeans came, the Vikings came, the Spaniards came, all those fuckers came, the French, in the entire Midwest, there are no permanent land structures. There are no buildings, there's no anything, but there are people living there. They're just nomads, right? Yeah. So in the 10,000 years that Native Americans lived in the Midwest, there are no permanent structures there, right?
Yeah, but there are. Wait, hold on. No, there are mounds and other.
You have to go to the west. You have to go to the fucking southwest to find the mounds. You have to go to the southeast to find the mounds.
But you can find them in Canada too.
Yeah, but that's not in the American Midwest. So you have fucking a whole fucking entire tribes, different fucking tribes of people that were living there for thousands and thousands of years that never built permanent structures. Do you know why?
Because they probably didn't have the knowledge to build it.
No,
and also they were nomadic.
Because
most of them were nomadic tribes.
They were nomadic because the Midwest is tornado alley. Because there are tornadoes there every single fucking year. So they probably did build structures there at one point, and then a big fucking tornado tore that shit down. And then they were just like, oh, maybe we shouldn't build houses here. We should just keep walking around. And then they didn't build houses there because of the tornadoes.
All right, but that's adapting to your environment.
That's adapted, right.
But there are pyramidal structures up in Canada,
right?
And there's pyramidal structures down in Mexico.
But I'm saying that,
and there's pyramidal structures up in the northwest too.
Because certain people adapt to their environment. So when you have pyramidal structures, or let's just call pyramid-shaped buildings, those structures are more adapted to harsher climates. So like the pyramids in Egypt are clearly religious-based tombs, right? But when you have pyramid-based structures, those are adapted to harsh climates, and some of them were just like living buildings. It would be like communal longhouses for the fucking Iroquois.
No, I completely agree.
So some of them were just adapted to harsh climates.
But what I'm saying is that I get where you're coming from on this and how the adaptability of that structure is, but at the end of the day, different cultures would have different ideas of their ideal structures. Like the Vikings didn't really use pyramidal shapes; they used the longhouse.
They used the longhouse, and the Iroquois adapted that longhouse when the fucking English came and the Dutch.
And then you have the teepee structure, and you have all these other structures
which is all kind of pyramid, but
it's triangle shape.
It's fabric.
Shape. But what I'm saying is that big monumental structures, especially pyramidal structures, were done across the planet by different civilizations that we, in modern day society, don't think had any contact with each other. But I'm not saying it was aliens.
No,
but
no.
What I am saying is that people could have migrated to these places and brought that information with them.
I'll agree with that. I'm saying while it could be aliens, I'm saying another possible alternative is that each of these societies just had one smart motherfucker in that society that knew, just kind of naturally figured out that the best construction of a building to withstand elements is a pyramid. Because a pyramid is the most stable structure for a building. And then let's say one smart motherfucker in Egypt was just like, hey, I know, a pyramid will last forever. And then one smart motherfucker in the Mayans or Aztecs or whatever was just like, hey, I know, a pyramid will last forever. And then one smart motherfucker building Angkor Wat was just like, hey, I know, a pyramid will last forever. And then on and on and on and on. And then maybe just one smart motherfucker figured it out in the fucking mounds and fucking the the whatever tribe it was in the Navajo. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. If we build these mounds like pyramids, they'll stay up forever.
I'm saying, like,
It's possible.
It's possible. It's a very big possibility.
Multiple people can have the same good idea.
Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely
sure.
correct, and history has proven themselves.
Exactly.
Proven that when Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, and somebody in France also
had the same good idea.
Had the same exact year.
The same
and Alexander Graham Bell only beat him to the punch.
Right.
You feel me? Same idea.
That's why patents
So it
are.
was connected, bro.
Yeah, but it also comes to that theory that says that when society's at a point, certain ideas would come to society regardless
for
who the receiver is.
Speaking of the pyramids, what's his name? Newton, Isaac Newton,
Yeah.
who invented calculus. You needed calculus to build the fucking pyramids. So whoever built the pyramids knew calculus, just like in their head.
But they didn't see it as such. Maybe they saw it differently. Maybe if I do this way, and then someone calculated that.
Well,
Maybe they didn't know the calculation. I don't know.
I don't know.
It just required advanced mathematics.
All I'm saying is that if you're taking the Great Pyramids as the example, the precision of how they're aligned
It's perfect.
is perfect,
Perfect.
to a degree. It's aligned with the stars of Orion. And then on top of that, most people think it's 4-sided when it's 8-sided.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So you feel me? So the precision on that right there, kind of, even if it wasn't let's say it was in a civilization more advanced than the Egyptians that was previous to them, whatever the case may be, right? All we know is that whoever the fuck built them shits, whoever built it, knew exactly what they were doing and knew how to move mountains, because of the fact that even today we wouldn't be able to complete the pyramids in the timeline that they did, supposedly, allegedly.
The idea of having construction like that would be impossible today.
It wouldn't be impossible. It would be improbable, more than likely, because we could do it. It would just take fucking forever to do it exactly how they did it. It would take fucking forever, even with modern day equipment.
I don't think many countries would be able to pull it off.
Not at all. It would have to be a joint effort to build the Great Pyramid complex. The three of them, it would take multiple countries with multiple technology coming together to build them shits at that precision. We just don't have it today.
No.
On a lighter note, gentlemen.
Yes.
Now that we're talking about pyramids and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve of this year, the Pope decided to open up 5 portals.
Portals.
Do we know why? No.
No idea.
Do we wonder why? Of
No.
course we do.
I mean, I don't really.
He's diving into that.
It's the plot of Dogma in real life.
This is the plot of Dogma in real life. Oh, so he's bringing God back so he can be.
No, you can just go through the arc and be like forgiven. No, I'm kidding.
No, but I saw. No, I'm just real
Dogma
quick.
was such a good movie.
Dogma was a great movie.
You know they don't sell the DVD or anything. There's no.
You
physical-
cannot.
you can't-
There's no
you
physical
can't-
media for it.
and it's not on any streaming service or anything like that.
Supposedly it's gonna be remastered.
What?
And released.
Nobody has it?
Nobody.
Nope.
I mean, if you bought it like when the DVD originally,
You won't
came
be able to
out,
find
you
it
have
physically.
but you can't find it now.
Because that movie was like a little edgy when it came to
What? So that's gonna be
A little.
It's gonna be another
I
shit.
found it on I found it on a streaming site.
Of course.
But,
Not that we endorse that.
but yeah, it's not on any streaming service.
I was about to say, bro.
It's not even on Tubi.
I was about to say they're doing the Sinbad Shazam movie to this shit.
For real.
No, I mean people know that it exists. Sinbad did not. That movie did not
I'm
exist.
telling you, it existed.
It did not.
It did not.
It did.
It did not.
I am
What
Kazam.
What movie? Shazam?
Shazam.
Shazam.
I'm doubling down on this one. It did.
Yeah. It did not. But
Didn't,
sure.
didn't he have like?
No,
That-
he had a
that was
boombox.
But it was like purple or something with silver, like the suit.
That is a figment of your imagination.
It is
Oh.
not.
Nope.
Exactly what I'm
It is
saying.
not.
It's not.
I remember that shit.
Nope.
Like the cover of the movie had like a. It wasn't bright, but it was like a kind of like a bright background, and he was in the middle of the poster, and it was like Shazam. He was like
That was Kazam.
Kazam.
That's the movie.
That's with
with,
Shaq.
that's the movie with Shaq.
That's
Yep.
what
With
Shaq.
Shaq, that's the one I'm thinking.
I am
The other
Kazam.
one is this dude,
Baboon
Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad Shazam.
Sinbad. It's
That-
Shazam.
is not a real movie.
Bro.
This is what you're.
That's the
thinking
one I'm
about.
thinking of. Okay. But then look for for Sinbad and put it right next to it.
Nope.
AI, shut up. Don't answer. Sinbad. Just remove that as an incumbent genie who grants wishes.
There is not much.
But
proof
I
that
remember the genie thing. How is this possible? What universe am I from?
Bro.
Cool.
I don't know.
That's okay
But-
because that's gonna be included in my series, like the Mandela effect. Yeah. It has to do with.
But going back to it, right? On so I saw.
But I will
the-
give it. Sorry, I will give it some acknowledgement, I guess, just because obviously more than one person has thought of this movie, this non-existent movie. So I'll give it some credibility that
You
there
give it
is.
plausible. You give it a plausible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna listen. To me, anything is fucking possible.
It's like the main Mandela effect thing. That's the main, like the biggest Mandela effect that people suffer from.
Well, the biggest Mandela effect was the Nelson Mandela one.
Yeah,
That-
people thought he was dead.
That people thought he died in jail.
That's why he's named
Oh,
like that.
okay, all right. Well, that Sinbad is a genie movie is the
That's
big
top
thing.
5.
Yeah,
That's
that's like
top 5. That, the Monopoly Man, the Cornucopia on the Fruit of the Looms, and the Bernstein Bears
Bernstein Bears
versus Bernstein Bears.
oh yeah.
That one, yeah.
The Coca-Cola sign.
The Ford sign, a
Exactly.
couple of things.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, on Christmas, this motherfucker opened up 5 portals. And I saw a video explaining why he opened up 5 portals.
Please tell us.
All right, so basically, he opened up a portal in. He opened up one portal in 5 different basilicas around Rome that basically made the sign of Lucifer.
Oh boy.
Like the pentagram.
Nah, it's not a pentagram. It's like 4 points, and then it goes out with like a horn. Can you look this up, please, real quick?
Sure. One moment, please.
Stand by.
Stand by while Google starts searching.
Thank you, Siri.
No, just look up sign of Lucifer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your Google feed is gonna be so weird.
Oh yeah, my Google feed is already weird as shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lung cancer.
That.
Yeah, that right there. Boom. So they were saying that this right here represents the pineal gland and the eyes, right? So and the number 5 is supposed to be significant of a portal connecting the physical world with the spiritual one.
Uh-huh.
So it's like has to do with like so opening up those 5 portals has to do like with a distortion of our perception of spirituality and physicality.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that shit. But I thought, no, for real. I thought it was gonna be something like something was gonna come in through them or whatever.
No, it's supposed to be like a distortion because right
Like,
now
I was figuring like fucking Doctor Strange.
Strange like that.
Yeah, like
No, it's supposed to be because of the fact that human consciousness is now trying to evolve.
Yeah.
And this also runs into my next topic.
boom.
Remember how I always been Alex is like, why the fuck?
No, I'm just scratching my face.
Okay, scratch it.
Remember how I always say that autism is like human evolution like happening in
Real time.
real
Or
time.
what?
They're now proving
That what?
that nonverbal autistic children
Okay.
have telepathic abilities. At least with the people they're closest to, like their parents.
Telepathy's now a real thing, bro.
Yeah, it's called. They even have they have video evidence. It's called the telepathy tapes, and they're basically saying that the nonverbal autistic children could use telepathy, but not like how we think. Like we're gonna be like, hey, what's up, my brother? Like it's more of intention based.
and gestures like they sign things.
What was it again?
The telepathy tapes.
Telepathy tapes. There it is. Yeah. People say that people say that they listen to that shit and it changes everything.
No, I think you're talking about. Well, that's what
That's what it's named.
That's what it was
Definitely.
named.
I would
Like the study that they did.
But it's a
I would
podcast,
call it
though.
more of like a hyper empathy.
It was in the Forbes magazine.
So like you know how when you have empathy, you feel other people's emotions and shit. When like they're high functioning autistic but like super low verbal, they feel your emotions on like a super sensitive level. So I'm not I didn't really read that in depth, but it's like, I don't know how to describe it. You got to be super calm at all times around like really, really nonverbal. Keep your like
It's like a
negative
meditation
emotions.
shit,
You got to keep your negative emotions away from them because they will feel all of like the things you're feeling.
Well, if you think about it, that's also with intention. Like
Yeah.
if you have a certain vibe to you, have a certain like
They'll-
demeanor to you, you people could feel that intention from you, that energy.
Oh yeah.
They'll
So
radiate.
telepathy.
Yeah, they'll radiate the vibes. They'll
'Cause-
super feel your energy you're giving off.
Because if you really think about it, if you have telepathy, let's say that me and you could have a telepathic conversation, right?
Right.
Our conversation wouldn't be in words; it would be in intention. Like you would just get the idea that I'm telling you. This versus me in your head saying, "Hey, Mike, I think this would be a really dope idea," and then explain it with my voice. You know what I mean? You would just
Like
automatically.
there's no voice involved.
So
You feel me?
So you know how like dogs and like cats and like a lot of other animals, well, all animals basically, they communicate with non-verbal language.
Yeah.
Humans are very limited with like verbal language because we don't give off like more non-verbal cues to each other. Like there's people who give off non-verbal cues, but like I'm not gonna just wildly gesticulate with my hands like I'm doing now because that's fucking silly. But then animals with each other, a lot of their language is non-verbal. Non-verbal autistic kids, a lot of them, they are way more attentive to non-verbal communication. So like body language and tone and like eye contact or stuff like that, they can do that with animals way more instinctually. So like if you get like a dog or a cat for a non-verbal autistic kid, they'll just instantly just start communicating and you'll just not like notice it. Not all of them are going to be fucking savants. They're fucking children. So you can't put like those kinds of expectations on them.
Yeah.
But then like there's a story about this woman, right, from fucking the Midwest. I forget if she was from Minnesota or fucking Texas or somewhere in the Midwest.
Right.
She was super nonverbal, but also high functioning. And she became one of the best cow communicators because she learned how to like understand what the cow was thinking. So she got a job developing cattle guards for the fucking cattle industry. And she made like millions of dollars fucking patenting a fucking cattle guard for the beef industry because like the cattle guard was fucking making the cows freak out. And she's just like, no, you got to do it like this. And then the cattle guard would hold the cow and the cow would just calm down. And she's just like, yeah, because the cow is freaking out and you need it to be calm. And it's just like she spoke to cows because she grew up and...
But yet again, it could be that could also be a form of telepathy that she, because of the fact that she's mostly nonverbal.
Yeah.
She can't really, tell us that, yo, listen, I could feel the shit's intention.
Yeah.
And it's telling me that, yo, this shit's fucked up. Just because it's like,
hold on, let me Google this bitch's name.
it's like with you and your pet, right? You could kind of feel your pet's intention when it needs to like eat, go outside. You feel me? Do its thing, like, you know what I mean?
Temple Grandin. Her name is Temple Grandin, and she's a consultant to the livestock industry, and she offers advice on animal behavior, and she's an autism spokesperson.
There you go.
And she's like won awards and shit or some bullshit. I don't know. She's a doctor. Holy shit, she's a PhD. Okay. Yeah, she's an animal science behavioralist.
Why couldn't she have a PhD?
Yeah, I didn't realize she was like that,
That big of
Yo,
a person.
listen. You'd be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised she's like educated.
But yeah, but you feel me? Like, for instance, Primo's girl, she works with autistic kids, and she be telling us all the fucking time that
A lot of them are smart as shit.
That all of them are smart as shit. Is just the fact that they're on a different level than us. I wouldn't say like, all right, I don't want to say a different level, but they're on a different gear.
A lot of them communicate on certain wavelengths, and if you can get on that wavelength, they'll communicate effectively. And then sometimes,
but a lot of them are geniuses. You just need to find the thing that they're
the thing that they
hyper focus on.
Yeah, exactly. I used to babysit this kid, and he was like really, really into punk rock, super duper into punk rock. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. And so like we could chill and talk over that. But then he would like hack into World of Warcraft and Blizzard, and he got like a cease and desist letter, and his parents are just like, oh, he's such a good kid, and keep doing it. And they're just like, what? Like, bro, this is like an official. And it's like, no, he's fine.
It's a badge of honor.
No, it is.
He gave
Because-
himself like 9999 gold in World of Warcraft, and I'm just like, bro, you're hacking Blizzard? What?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
And he's just like,
We don't
Listen, at the end of the day,
condone.
we don't condone hacking into anything. But if you do, make sure you get a job afterwards.
no. But he was
Make
like
sure they
fucking
catch you
11.
so you can get a job.
Kid was like 11. I'm just like, bro, what?
Yo, that means that the FBI, CIA, NSA is gonna scout him the minute he turns 18.
Fuck
Oh,
that.
word, he's
Apple,
gonna-
Google's gonna
no
scout
problem.
him. Like,
yeah, all of them are gonna be like, "Word, you 11? We'll holler at you in a couple of years, homeboy.
nah, he
We're gonna
was,
send you a couple of things."
little bro
Figure
was
it out.
fucking outstanding with the computer skills.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we see autism as a defect, but I'm seeing it as evolution working itself out.
I see it as just like an alternative like way of communicating. It's not everybody is the exact same brain. There's 7-8 billion people, and there's 7-8 billion different brains.
No, definitely, I completely agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is like how. All right, you see how now
he's not debating you. He's just he's agreeing with you.
No, I'm agreeing with him too, but I'm just trying to like shed more light on my opinion.
I mean, I think there can be some dumb autistic people out there.
Johnny, wow. So,
It could be, yes.
It doesn't
the
mean
word-
you're smart.
The word for this is an agreement. It's like an angry agreement.
No, I'm not angry.
No,
I think he's definitely right that like some people who like I think people nowadays try to unintentionally, or not, they're not trying to, they're unintentionally equating autism for like, and this isn't gonna get me like cut, right?
I see what you're
The
going
R
at.
word.
I
think they're equating that.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it because we're gonna get fucking censored.
Yeah. But that's
But
exactly
that's what
that's
they're
what
doing.
modern society equates that to.
Well, yeah, it's not
It's
that.
more- they think of
What
it more
I have-
as a defect versus the natural step next. You feel
It's
me?
and I'm not saying it's definitely that. I'm saying that it's just a diversion from the norm, which is not necessarily bad or good. It's just a
But-
diversion from the norm. It's just different.
True.
And we didn't have a label for it before. Now that it has a label, people are freaking the fuck out.
What I take issues with is that, okay, fine. There's a lot of people that are undiagnosed autism here. Bro, me too, bro. Like probably,
You're talking about everybody.
I'm in
this
that
room.
fucking shit. I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
but the thing is that there are people.
I check a lot of
The
boxes.
ones that I don't like are the ones that self-diagnose and they like take over everything that has to do with autism and they attribute it to themselves to explain their behavior, but it's not. Dude, until a doctor tells you that,
Yeah.
I'm just going to assume you're an asshole.
Yes.
Because I get it. I get the whole social cues. I've experienced that. Like, they don't get it. Like, they don't get sarcasm. Like, they don't get when you don't want them to talk anymore sometimes. Like, you just need to let them know.
Their social cues are off.
Yeah, they're off. If you tell them that, they're like, oh, social cues are stupid. Why society has to work like that? So where do you fucking draw the line? Like, what do you say to someone? Like comes at you, saying something like that. I'm like, you know what? Like,
Bro, but
you do
also-
you. Handle your shit.
But you also gotta remember, a lot of people from our generation, and I'm especially talking about like from our generation,
God, you're old.
we're diagnosed with like ADD,
ADHD. Oh my god, that's the one I know.
dyslexia, hypertension, not hypertension.
Please don't.
You feel me?
Hypertension?
And none of
You
that
old
was
ass
on the
motherfucker.
spectrum, you feel me?
Right.
Now, when we're talking about 2025, all of it's on the spectrum. So it's like,
And
like
you know what?
how much of society is really like on that autistic spectrum, and if it's a large majority of people, like even slight autism, like because dyslexia now is apparently in that spectrum, and ADHD is in that spectrum, and all this other shit. You feel me?
Well, part of that is because
So-
neurology is a new science. Not
No,
a lot of people know what the fuck they're
I
doing.
get that, but what I'm saying, if there was little hiccups here and there through our generation, then
These
the
are popular.
following generation it got a little worse. Now we're here
Get the
and we're
fuck away from
having, kids
Go
with
around.
possible psychic abilities,
Go around.
telling people
Crazy.
what they want through their minds.
I think my daughter has.
I feel that what we're seeing is a progression of consciousness and evolution versus a defect or a mismatched why. That's what I'm getting at. Back. Mic drop.
Boom.
I
It sounds like you agree, Mike.
He
For the
does.
most part.
I agree. Say, I agree.
I don't agree or disagree.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You fucking
Such
asshole.
a troublesome.
Such a troublesome man.
Well, okay. If I ever have a kid, I'm going to do exactly what my dad said. I don't care if they're gay, straight, black, white. Well, they're probably going to be mixed. But
I was gonna say you have a black kid.
Yeah,
but-
Mike, if your kid is black, then
Yo.
I better hope that you did the smart thing and took a DNA test right
they're
then
probably
and there.
going to look like me. That's the thing. The eyes are a dead giveaway. But as long as they're healthy, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah,
As long as they're healthy, right?
yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
That's really the only thing I give a
Yeah,
shit about.
but
The whole like psychic powers versus like all that other shit, like I don't know. I don't care. Just let them be healthy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's it. But like I think people hyperfixate on labels. Like we were the first generation to be diagnosed with ADD. Like it didn't really happen with Gen X and certainly not with boomers. Right?
90s, yeah, that's from the
Yeah.
That shit happened with our generation. And now that because that's a new science, because child psychology and all of that shit are new sciences, they're constantly changing it up. They're just like, well, we don't really know what we're doing, but we're just going to keep changing the labels. Part of that is pharmaceutical greed. Part of that is they genuinely don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just seeing more and more kids acting up. It's just like, well, yeah, we're exposing them to the internet.
Yeah, and also observation is the scientific part of the scientific method.
And it's constantly evolving and they're
Yeah.
making new things, but I don't think that it's really helpful to change the labels without giving people education in children's development. How many parents, and this is not disrespecting anybody's parents, how many parents do you know that have education in child development?
None.
None, right? That's not helpful because when you take a driving course, you need to take a driver's course to get a driver's license, right? In order to get jobs in most fields, you need to take some kind of education course in those classes. But to have a kid, you don't need shit in child development.
License.
All you need to do is not a fucking bust a nut. It's pretty easy to do that.
That is true.
So, and that's, again, not a disrespect to anybody with kids, because I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that most people, roomies, with kids are good parents. That's the hope.
Yeah.
But they don't know shit about child development. And that's not a flaw in the individual, that's a flaw in
Like the
society.
nod says it all. Like, yeah. the
Listen,
nodding.
all I know is that when I have children, I'm gonna raise them like my parents raised me,
Yeah.
and hopefully a little better. Hopefully a little better.
A little
And
better.
all-
That's the goal.
all I can ask for. I turned out pretty alright.
But like just throwing labels on like kids that might not speak until a little bit later, might not read as well because maybe they're speaking two languages, and you know those languages come together in the brain a little bit differently because there's grammar rules they got to learn and shit.
No, but you also have to remember a lot of parents don't take the time to actually get their kid like
Reading
evaluated and
or evaluated.
and stuff of that nature. You feel me?
Yeah. But all of that shit is not helpful when child psychologists are now coming down on parents like a ton of bricks with all these new terms that they don't know are going to not change in 10 years.
Yeah.
You got to fucking ease it in. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not and mental health, research and knowledge is relatively young.
And like you said,
10 years ago they didn't know a lot of shit
No.
that we know today.
and like you said, the word autism or on the spectrum might not necessarily be a negative thing,
Yeah.
because I'm not self-diagnosing, but I check a lot of fucking boxes.
No, me too. Me too.
But I can super bullshit and be outgoing and sociable for a solid 8 hours a day
Right.
because that's my job. But like, I still come off as a weird motherfucker
That's-
sometimes.
That's. I mean, I'm glad you said that. 'Cause I believe. I think my issue with it's not, of course, the condition is not that. It's how people handle it for manipulation purposes, and I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
So it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, and then it's like hypochondriac kind of situation where they attribute, like the condition, like, oh, I have this, I have that. No, sometimes
just a
that's
dick.
part of your, not that, or it's just a personality trait, or something about you. It's not like, oh my god, I'm autistic because I did this. It's like, no, that's just human behavior.
Mhm. Yeah.
You're just a little weird. There's nothing.
You're a little quirky.
Yeah,
I'm
That's it, like,
eccentric.
Yeah.
eccentric. Thank you.
You could be eccentric. You know
Yeah,
what
a
I mean?
little eccentric. Doesn't mean that you have this thing and now you have all these attributes and you're gonna be offended. We say something about. Yeah.
I got a little seasoning of the tism.
Yeah.
A little crazy.
Tism.
I'm a little
A little-
spectry.
I like tism.
A little
I like that word. Like the
A little
tism,
seasoning,
yeah,
a little-
tism.
My personality's a little
The flavor,
spicy.
The flavor, yeah.
You feel me? I'm a little no.
I have some
Little
tism
za.
flavor.
you know, Pokemon za.
I have my little
Ism.
OCD,
You got a little.
hyperfixation, all that shit.
Yeah, but
I collect Pokemon. What about it?
just like I can't focus unless I'm multitasking.
You know,
That shit's
I
dumb.
make like weird noises when I'm by myself.
What happened? Who doesn't?
Who does it? Like
Listen.
nobody is there.
Listen,
You know?
listen. It's a sign of genius to talk to yourself. The problem
Yes.
is when you start replying.
I whistle opening
Bro,
themes from
I-
sitcoms.
Sometimes I have 3 people.
Oh, shit.
I whistle opening themes from sitcoms from the
There's
90s
like
when I'm
a
alone.
referee, and there's like
Yeah,
2
that's
points
fine.
of view, and I'm having a conversation with 2 more people.
Yeah, that's about right.
But that's in your brain. That's not outside.
That's the ADHD.
That's not outside of your brain. You feel me? That's
No,
the
of
difference.
course. No, it's all in. Yeah.
It's once
I'm
you
not
start
seeing
talk-
anyone.
it's once you start talking out loud. That's when it becomes a problem.
Well, it's only
No,
it's
no,
only a
no.
problem when nobody answers back.
Yeah.
No,
if you
it's-
hear
no,
anything
if-
back, and yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a little spooky.
Oh shit.
But
I
yeah,
talk to myself all the time.
yeah, me too.
But I'm by myself, so.
Yeah, exactly.
You sir are in a mental prison in there.
I think
I pray for you.
Being
And-
there,
I pray for myself
that
as
done.
well.
You feel me? I do not know how you haven't like started a meth lab or something. Something
I wanna go to
creative.
Jail.
Something creative.
one time I was in a college class. I forget which one. I was at BMCC though, and I completely disassociated because I didn't really like the class, and I started like talking to myself. And the teacher's just like, "Mike, are you talking to myself?" And I looked up and I said, "I love talking to myself. Sometimes it's the only way to have an intelligent conversation."
There we go.
And the teacher's just like, "Yeah," and I'm just like, "I mean, come on."
Yo,
And so far, the biggest red flag that I have experienced from people like that is when they say, "I am my own therapist."
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the
so with
thing.
that thought,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
we'll give you our final thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
Roomies,
Don't
bigger guys.
don't fucking tell yourself that you're your own therapist. If you feel like you need, you're going through it,
Seek
you know,
help.
The holiday blues, something personal in your life that sucks. Mental health 988. Dial it. Is it 998 or 988? I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
thing is that take care of yourself and don't think that you can be your own therapist. Hit it.
Guys in the back, final thoughts?
Good night.
Someone's not in the mood.
Now that's it. The roomies are grown. They don't get tucked in no more.
I know. What, the daddy
You get a little,
version.
yeah, you get a little kiss on the forehead, but
That's it.
Mike, final thought?
Don't smoke crack in the living room.
It
Smoke
smells.
it. Smoke it.
It smells like my balls.
Oh, shit.
Good lord.
I know from experience because there's a crackhead that just smoke.
Wait, what does it smell like?
Yeah, but you
Like
do know from
mothballs.
experience.
Mothballs.
No, I actually don't smoke in my house at all. I go outside or go to my friend's houses to smoke.
Oh, you mean crack? I'm kidding.
Anything. Like
Anything, okay.
you can put anything in that like fucking
Hey, yo.
analogy.
Category.
But I was gonna say
oh, yeah, what?
read books.
Read.
Just read a lot. It's like read to your kids, read to yourself. Just read books. Like it's nice to read.
Self-awareness.
Practice your
Key.
reading and practice like reading to yourself and reading out loud and reading to your kids. And like I like reading books.
Just reading.
Read print. Like open up a fucking book and read. It's nice.
And
Just
the
practice
book's
your
already
reading
there,
skills.
So
Like just read print. Do that. Read more.
you can't boycott a book. It's
Reading
already
is
there.
fun. Reading is fucking fun. It doesn't matter what you're reading. Just read a fucking book sometimes.
And subscribe because we love you.
Yeah, like and subscribe,
Yeah,
but like
you know.
open up a fucking book and read. It's nice.
But read is important.
So what he's saying is reading is
Read is
fundamental.
Reading is fucking fundamental.
and never
And final
never
Roomies, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Let this year be prosperous.
Yeah.
And remember, don't pull out.